Hello and welcome to another episode of the HellFire Club. This is Arturo.
I'm legit.
Today's Thursday, and we got a lot going on today.
Thursday the 6th, right?
Thursday the 6th, yeah. And today started off like any other day. You know, I come home from class, come over here to get this podcast in, and we got some breaking news.
Breaking news. We're going to another war, I guess.
It's
looking like it.
So more than 50 U.S. Tomahawk missiles targeted at Syrian airbase. This just broke literally probably just within the last, hour? Less?
Yeah, probably. What's amazing is how all the Trump people
Trump supporters?
we're all against going to Syria. They were all saying, "Oh, Trump was never going to go to Syria because like Russia and all that." But now
they're gonna find a way to
rationalize it.
To back this. They ride with like the hardcore Trump supporters are gonna ride with him like no matter what, you know.
Yeah, but
it's a little scary.
I want to see how like they spin this.
Yeah, they're gonna do something ISIS containing ISIS. I don't know. You know how it is. They'll
like how are they gonna blame Obama for this?
They probably will, dude.
Catastrophe right now.
I don't know. They'll find a way. But it looks like the U.S. is targeting Syrian runways, aircraft, fuel points, and
dude, I mean, like this is like
these missiles fly.
Another war, bro.
I know, right?
Like, I mean, what like, how many generations does it usually go between like wars? Like full scale wars, like there's you remember the big ones. There's like Vietnam.
We'll go back to like World War II.
World War II.
Korea, then Vietnam.
Yeah.
Then we guess we kind of had the Cold War, but
no, I mean like an actual legit war.
Then after that was probably Bush
like you
administration.
usually only have like one a generation.
Mhm.
And then we just had like two.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is just the beginning too. So, you know, by the time this comes out, it'll probably be like a bunch of I'm sure it's gonna get much worse. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any.
And then the upcoming weeks, and then this is barely it's like a few months in, a couple months in. We're
like
barely
like
in
70 days or something.
Yeah, we're barely in April.
Like not even 100 days in, and we already started a war. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's not say he started a war, but I mean, it's looking.
I don't know what's gonna come good out of this situation, you know.
Yeah, all I can see is just problems.
Yeah.
I mean, because Russia's in Syria.
Mhm.
So I mean, and now we're bombing who Russia supports, which is Assad.
Mhm. And it's saying that the U.S. is the way it's being portrayed over there is that it's a strike of aggression. So it's not like we're
liberating people.
Yeah, the liberators and stuff. So over there, they don't feel like they're not too fond of us.
Yeah, like it's just I don't see any upside into like getting involved into like this mess.
Mhm.
Because I mean, they're having
and the Russians were at the base at the air base targeted by the U.S. missiles. So. Like you said, it's gonna.
I see no good upside.
Yeah. So. Okay, well, you know what? It's like my immediate reaction was like, whoa, what the hell? But then you're kind of like, whoa, I'm kind of not surprised by anything at this point that
what he does,
what Donald Trump does. Yeah, but this is just unfortunate. You know, I guess they're gonna spin it that he's. You know the ISIS thing, of course, but that's their only angle, I think, right? Containment or something. But
the problem is ISIS was against the Assad regime, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so there's no like spinning it until we're fighting ISIS.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. And so I guess now he's gonna put out some type of statement. We'll check that out later.
Yeah, but because ISIS started because like what Assad was cracking down on like protesters and all that, right? So then, like, all the protesters, joined up with ISIS.
Mm-hmm.
And we were supposed to fight ISIS.
Mm-hmm.
But Assad doesn't like ISIS, so we're just
Bro,
we're in too deep with
shit,
it.
Man. Right?
It doesn't make. I don't see any positives.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, and then Russia's involved too.
Mm-hmm. And from everything, and then the money that's gonna be spent,
and then
casualties,
yeah, and then all that North Korea problems that was happening.
Yeah,
It's looking like a disaster's going on.
Yeah, dude.
Like this is like literally like World War III. Like where I see it can like I see it panning out that way.
You see the potential.
Yeah, because where everybody has a side and everybody is trying to take a side.
Mm-hmm.
Like how Donald Trump was saying he was gonna have tough talks with China to for them to help with North Korea.
This dude is out of control, man. And but yeah, dude, it's and then also too, like here, like just kind of the attitude now that's gonna, it's kind of like the whole 9/11 thing and the Afghanistan and everything, and then it's like the whole country's, not the whole country, but that part of the country is gonna have a certain attitude towards these people, and it's just gonna be like they're gonna be. I just don't like that whole thing when say like we're gonna go to war with Syria now. It's gonna be over here in the States. It's gonna have this effect on people from Syria or any Muslims or anything like all that. I feel like all that's gonna come back again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That whole all these injustices and the way they're gonna be treated and the way the way they're gonna be fucking harassed and the way, and it's
no. Try not to get on any airplanes.
Yeah, it's just gonna bring all that bullshit again, And then it was tough enough with the Muslim ban, like shows you the attitude of the people that were in support of that and all that, right?
Yeah.
And it was a Muslim ban, like at the end of the day,
Yeah, I mean he said he wanted a Muslim ban
while he was running,
yeah.
And then like he kind of tried to backpedal a little bit, like it's not a Muslim, whatever. But I don't know, dude. I just think it sucks, man. Because it's gonna be that, and then we have the whole immigration thing and that attitude, towards immigrants or like Hispanics.
Yeah, and I think it was last night I read a story of a Trump supporter.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband got deported to Mexico.
Yeah, got deported.
I mean,
not only that, but there was a lady in I think it was Texas, and if they build this wall, she's gonna be on the side of Mexico, like her house.
So she's gonna be.
So she said, like, even though she voted for Trump, she's like, oh, well, if that happens, I'm gonna have to get a lawyer, and like she's all pissed. I'm like, well,
yeah,
you know what I mean? What the fuck
I mean, like that lady that her husband. I feel kind of bad, but I mean, honestly, I really don't have any sympathy for her.
It's like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man. But it's just getting worse, dude, and it's barely. Not even, I was gonna say the first year, let alone barely the first couple months, first few months,
Yeah, at least I mean.
Probably been like 3 months,
And what's really weird is this dude has no experience.
Exactly, and it's showing,
But I mean, you have no experience, and then you're escalating this type of problem.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, dude, people that have experience mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's gonna do, like, you can't make mistakes when you're like close to going to war.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be like very careful what you say.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's not at all.
And then it's like, well, what the fuck? You know how much easier it's gonna be for ISIS to recruit people now, like.
Yeah.
Against us, you know what I mean? This is like all the leverage they need, and like we're going over there dropping bombs, and first it was the ban, and then it's this shit, and it's like, oh man,
You know what would actually solve all these problems?
What, impeach?
Nah.
What?
A nice Pepsi or what?
A nice Pepsi, that's right.
A nice Pepsi would
that solves everything, bro. It solves all issues.
Did you see that commercial?
Of course, man. Of course. And
okay, hold on. Let me give. Okay, I have a point of view.
All right.
When I saw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. Nothing jumped out at me. Like was
no. Oh, I
was like, it's just a.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a commercial. I didn't.
Are you saying first look?
Yeah, like I looked. No, like I watched it and I was like, dude, I don't.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I was like, oh well. I mean, Pepsi.
Yeah.
Stopping stuff. I mean, come on, bro. But I mean, I just figured like, oh, these fools thought they were cute, thinking Pepsi solves the answer is the answer or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like, the whole outrage, I didn't get outraged at all.
I had a problem with it for sure, you know, and I think, my head, because before I actually saw the commercial, I kind of heard people talking about it, and it was kind of already stirring up controversy. So I was kind of like, oh, well, let me check this out. And then I saw it, and right away I was like, oh, dude, this is some bullshit. Because, okay, so I'll start off with, I'll start off with Kendall Jenner, right? So they chose Kendall Jenner. So if you haven't seen the commercial by now, it's Kendall Jenner kind of walks through this protest. It looks like it could be, it's not specific what they're protesting about. It could be police brutality because there's obviously a bunch of the cops right there. Or the cops could be there just to make sure the protest doesn't get out of hand or whatever. But in the protest, you see a couple, while she's walking through the crowd, she sees some black people, some Hispanics.
Yeah, just, I mean,
you see a Muslim looking woman with a wrap and everything, right? So you got all these people, right? All these oppressed groups and all these minority groups. So that's obviously what they're kind of targeting, that type of, because those are the people that usually the protesters, the people oppressed. And then you have Kendall Jenner, who's like the furthest thing from these oppressed groups, dude. Grew up rich as fuck, white as fuck, and she comes through. She's like the person of the people, right? And she comes in. So this is the person that us minority groups chose, right, to represent us. She comes through to the police, hands them a Pepsi, then everybody starts dancing and singing, and everybody's happy, and everybody's
bro, because you can't get a minority to give them a Pepsi full because they get shot. So you have to have a white person to give them the Pepsi to calm it down.
So my thing was like, not only like Kendall Jenner, who's the most privileged person, who knows nothing about this, but you chose somebody who I have never ever seen speak on the behalf of like racial discrimination or systematic oppression or anything. I've never seen her at any rallies, any protests. I don't know if her not even donating any money. Like, I don't know. Like, she was there for Pepsi to cut her the check and she was out, So you have the wrong person. And even then, even if you put a minority person as the person who gives them a Pepsi or whatever, like, the whole thing is still, you're not going to solve all of our issues with the fucking Pepsi. You know what I mean? You cannot. That's like so, like, offensive. Like, it's a mockery, dude. Like, a can of Pepsi? Like, and everybody's just going to be like, all right, cool. And everybody's just dancing and celebrate.
I mean, it was just a commercial to me. Bro.
And then
it was like, a cute, they tried to be all cute. Like, oh yeah, let's be all together. We can all share, like, we all like Pepsi, so we can all have that in common.
See, and then this is the thing too, like, you got to look at it. They got these like millionaire the marketing team was in a room, and they're like, oh, they're trying to capitalize on what's hot or something, right? So they're like, oh, there's all these protests and all that. So their intention is still to make money, make sales. Like, if they would have came out and said, for this is maybe have like a limited edition can or something. Say for every can sold, we're gonna donate, I don't know, 5%, 10%, 20% to like, underprivileged schools or something like that. Then you could be like, okay, but like, when the fuck does Pepsi pouring out millions of dollars into like solving our issues? Or because I've never heard of them doing anything like that. So if they had done something like that, or say we're gonna donate, like do some type of contribution, because at the end of the day they still targeting us for the sales. They just want sales. And it's Pepsi. It's not even something that's good for you, dude. This is fucking soda, you know?
Yeah, okay.
All the sugar. So
would it have been that much of an outrage if it wasn't Kendall Jenner in it?
I think it still would have been an outrage, because the
But I've seen other political commercials that never got like that scrutinized.
But the thing was, I think that's why I said insert anybody.
Because didn't Bud Light have like a weird political commercial like at the Super Bowl?
I'm not too sure.
I think they had like one with like deporting and all that. Like with the whole, because Trump became president and like everybody was all divided.
Oh, I'm not too sure. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I think
I'll check it out though.
And I didn't like that one had like.
Well, cause did they solve like immigration issues with like a can of Bud Light or something? I think that's the other thing too. It's like at a protest. When you're at a protest, these are the people that are the most passionate, because they're on the front line. They're taking risks, dude. There's people that get hurt at these protests. There's people that have died in protests. So these are the people that are really passionate and are willing to do whatever they can to see, social change. And these people are not going to be, satisfied with like bust out a can of Pepsi. It's not going to be like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like making a mockery out of that. And so regardless if it was Kendall Jenner or not, it still would have been an uproar. Maybe not as much if you would have put like a social activist or something, but I don't think they would have done that commercial, or they would have done it if you put, some type of like I said, like a donation or something like that. So that's just two really big strikes, two slaps in the face, was Kendall Jenner and solving the problems with the Pepsi can. So I think they did a good job by pulling down the ad. And I just thought it was some bullshit, like, to be honest. Because, I mean...
Bro, honestly, I saw it.
Because my brother was saying the same thing. He was kind of like, he's like, yeah, I saw it. And I was just like, oh,
Yeah, I watched it. And I was like I was watching it. And I was waiting to... Because, I mean, I heard everything. Like, oh, yeah, this Pepsi commercial. Everybody hates it and all that. I was like, oh, let me see what they did. And I was watching it. And I was like, oh, 2 minutes? This might be, real good or whatever. So I was watching it, and like, I was just waiting for something to happen, and then when it ended, I was like, "Oh, did I miss something?" No. Like I was literally like, I was like, "What?" Like, oh, that was the commercial.
Yeah.
Am I missing the joke in here, or?
Nah, I think I just saw it from a different lens, maybe because
And then I thought like, oh, are like fools on the internet just like, they just picked like a random ad and were like, oh yeah, let's meme. Straight troll it.
Oh, I get you. Like how they do that sometimes.
Yeah. Like
no, I think. I guess as like a sociology major, like right away I'm looking at things differently, and I'm looking at it like they totally picked the wrong person to be the voice of the people, of our people. And then which come on, dude, that's ridiculous. Kendall Jenner, like I said, I've never heard her speak on any of these issues or anything like that, or anything like anti-Trump, or you know what I mean. She's part of the Jenner Kardashian family, dude. Like, man, I can't stand them, right? So you got her.
I think it's just because of her, bro.
No, but this is the thing. I would have still been offended, like if you put a Hispanic person in there. Like, really, you're gonna solve everything with the can of Pepsi? That's that was stupid too, But Kendall Jenner, yeah, that's a big strike. Then the solving everything with the can. That's another big strike. So it was just a bad move by Pepsi, and they realized it after. They were like, I guess what they were going for was trying to do some type of unity and peace, but they really missed the mark with
technically they did, because every side hated the commercial.
Like they brought some type of unity, right?
Yeah, all the social justice warriors hated it.
Yeah,
and then all the Trump supporters hated it.
Yeah, so it was just a disaster, dude. So. But I'm pretty sure Kendall Jenner just still gets her check, right? She
did the work.
She did the work, so she's out of there. Like, she's catching heat for it too. Maybe she shouldn't catch as much heat as Pepsi, but she should still. I mean, I wouldn't have done it if I was like. Well, I mean,
I would have.
You would. Nah, man. Somebody's got to be in her ear and tell. Somebody's got to be in her ear and tell. Hey, this is not a good idea. You're gonna catch some backlash for this. Like, I don't think there was one. I wonder what if there was any black people, any Hispanics, in that room when they came up with this great idea, like in the marketing room, like, oh, I bet you it was probably a bunch of white people, like, oh, this is hot right here, and we're gonna get them on our side, and
I mean,
this is gonna represent a way to like kind of take a stand or something like that.
I'm pretty sure I remember like political commercials, like for like other products.
I don't think it was ever this bad though, and especially at a time like this, because this is a time where it's like.
Well,
it's
like
real.
I think like the '60s, there was probably political commercials.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there was,
And that was like worse.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the '60s it was that was more acceptable. It was more accepted back then. Like that was a way different age, There's only so much we could have done back then. As to now we have way more minority. Like the number has rose, and we have social media that gives us an opinion, and it's just more ways to speak out.
What did your brother think?
At first, he just was like, "Hey, well, I don't know," because he's older. Obviously he's older. He's like, "Hey, like, I saw this commercial. Yeah, like, I guess well, first he's like, well, what did you think about it?" And I told him. He's like, well, and I was like, he's like, yeah. At first, I just thought like, oh, it's just like this cute chick who's just drinking a Pepsi,
yeah,
like
cute commercial.
Yeah, he's like, after I told him, he's like, huh. He's like, oh, is that how a lot of people kind of are thinking, like, around your age? Because obviously the group targeted group was like millennials, and because it's Kendall Jenner, so she's what, like fucking 20, 21 or something like that.
I don't.
So she's around that age. So it's kind of towards millennials and the younger generation, and they're trying to get the, obviously the people that they feel are like, the targeted group, right? So I told him, yeah, actually a lot of people are giving it a lot of backlash, and I was like, a lot of people that I follow, because I do follow a lot of like social activist groups or accounts and stuff like that. And I was just telling him, like, yeah, dude, this is how I looked at it. He's like, oh, okay, that's interesting, kind of thing. Like, I think he didn't put much thought into it. And then after I kind of told him how I think, and he kind of started the backlash, and we were watching it, and it was on CNN and stuff like that. So then he kind of saw it, and I was like, oh, he kind of saw it a little differently. But his initial first take, I don't think he put much thought into it.
Yeah, because I didn't. I was like, dude, this is... It's like, bro, why is everybody so upset with this commercial?
But can you see why, though? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, bro, it's
dude,
Pepsi commercial,
but you
bro.
can't do that, though. That's like a... You're making a joke out of this type of stuff. You know what I mean? You can't do that at all, man. You let them... Like, that's just that was ridiculous to me, honestly.
Well, technically you could, bro, because free speech, bro.
Yeah, free speech. You want to lose all those sales, and that's why they took it down, because they're like, oh shit. And have you seen some of the memes that have came out though since then? Hey, and did you see Martin Luther King's daughter speak on that? I thought that was powerful. I thought that was cool that she did that. Have you seen the meme though that had a?
Well, some guy, I think it was in Portland.
Mm-hmm. Like
he was protesting like at the city council, and he gave them a Pepsi or something like that. Mm-hmm. And like the security guards took him away and took the Pepsi away.
I didn't see that.
So I mean,
I saw this funny meme that had Martin Luther King, and he was like strapped up, and like he's like looking out the window. I think he has like some type of rifle, and it says
Malcolm X with the AK.
Yeah, what did I say?
Martin Luther King.
No, sorry. Yeah, Malcolm X.
Yeah.
And then he says, when the cops go to your house, well, all you have is Coke in the fridge. Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
it bugged me, dude. To be honest, it bothered me. A lot of this stuff does these days, though, for me. I'm kind of
like
big on that.
I don't know. I was like, oh, it's just a commercial. I mean,
yeah,
didn't bother me. Didn't affect me. It's not like it's affecting my life.
Yeah, no, I just think I just feel like it's offensive to everybody, dude. Everybody from those oppressed groups who think that our issues are just that minuscule, that a Pepsi is like the end all for, it's beginning at any point to solving any issues. And then, like I said, it's protesters that these protests get really heated, and you know, I mean, people have died, obviously, you know, and so for these people that are out there, it's kind of like a slap in their face, you know what I mean? But that was that though. That got pulled down quick. I don't even think it really. It got more exposure just from the backlash than anybody. Like, that's the only reason how people saw it, came to see it, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it hit TV or anything, I don't think.
Yeah, I just saw it on the internet.
I just saw it on the internet. But yeah, that was that. So anyways, dude.
On a lighter note.
So what's up, man? What have you been up to? Watching anything new or?
I wanted you to watch Eraserhead. I wanted to get your opinion on that.
I'll watch it. I tried to I looked for it on Netflix. It wasn't on there. I'll probably have to
get it.
Rent it.
Yeah.
You know, the 2017 version of renting.
Yeah.
I have to make a trip to the video store. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I'll watch that. We'll do a review for that, probably, or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever? So I'm left-handed, right?
Yes.
And so I was doing jujitsu yesterday.
Oh, you rolled yesterday?
I rolled yesterday, and I taped up my hand, right?
Yeah.
Like massive.
Was it the same amount of time when we rolled on? When did we roll?
Was that Tuesday.
Did you have it taped up like that?
No, I had like my.
Oh, okay.
I had like my fingers. Like all my fingers were taped up like a fist, except for my thumb. Okay. And I just taped them up in a fist.
So you're doing John-Jacques Machado style.
Yeah, John-Jacques Machado style. And so before I was gonna go to jiu-jitsu, I was like, I taped it up. You know, I didn't want to have to tape it up over there because I kind of get there a little late.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, like my stomach started rumbling, right?
Oh shit!
I was like,
it's not a good sign.
I was like, oh no, like, just I was like, oh, I'll just take a shit real quick.
Were they already doing warm-ups?
No, this was like before, like it was like 5:20 maybe.
And you were already? Oh, you were here?
Yeah, I was here.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
But my hand was all taped up, and I was like already in my gi, right?
I already know where this is going.
So like I take a shit, right? And then I was like, I need to wipe.
And then you're kind of like, oh fuck.
Like, have you ever tried wiping with your
opposite hand?
With your opposite hand?
Nah, dude. Nah.
Talk about a straight mess, bro.
Damn, that sounds bad. I didn't even think about that. You probably didn't think about that.
I was like, I'll just straight go real quick, you know, get ready and then start rolling.
Yeah.
But then like I was gonna get the toilet paper, and I was like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, I was like.
And then also too, isn't like, say you're sitting on the toilet, your toilet paper's on the left side of you, right?
Yeah.
And so you kind of reach over with the right, and then you kind of have to like that. Oh, that whole thing seems.
But my right hand is not very coordinated.
Right.
You know, it doesn't have like the fine movement skills like my left hand does. So like when you're wiping, it just feels like super awkward.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Like next time
I might have to do that for an experiment.
Yeah, try it next time.
Yeah, just experiment.
And just be like, oh, yeah, it doesn't feel right at all.
That sucks, dude. I'd be over that.
Yeah.
It probably takes forever.
Yeah, but then I rolled and.
How was rolling? Was there a lot of people? Because this is the thing. I just, you know how I just went back for the first time. Well, I've been going to the gym, but just kind of just working out, right?
Yeah.
I haven't rolled in probably in like a couple months.
Yeah.
I went back, dude, and it was a deep day too. It was probably like 12 people, something like that. And I didn't know anybody, dude, except for you and one other dude. The dude kind of has, you know, who cares? But I was kind of like, whoa, who the fuck are all these people? And they probably looking at me like the new guy or something, you know, like, oh, we've never seen this guy before. And dude, it was kind of tough, man, because after we drilled, because it's a different kind of conditioning, you know what I mean? Because
it's not like like sprinting or like running.
Like, and also too, I haven't really been running, because running does help for sure. And I haven't really been running. Like the cardio I have been doing, I kind of just been walking, like walking the dog and going on. I haven't really been doing hard cardio, you know. So my conditioning, I knew was gonna be whack. So after warm ups, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But when you roll, it's different because it's like you have to sometimes. There's points where you have to go at it like 100% right away. You know that I don't even know who that guy was. The big dude.
Yeah,
he goes.
Yeah, he's a blue belt.
Is he? Okay, yeah. Great. So I had to go against that fool first, but we were doing the
pass drills.
Yeah. So for the people who don't know, this guy's just pretty much sitting on the floor,
in the center.
I start standing. Yeah, and I have to
pass or submit.
Pass his guard or submit him, and his goal is to sweep me or submit me.
Yeah.
So.
And he's like 260, 270.
Yeah, he's like 260, 270. So he's big. I'm like 220 right now. And so I got that guy first. And the cool thing was that he didn't sweep or submit me. So, but the thing was, when you're going against somebody like that, you use a lot of energy. And then because nobody got swept or submitted, or I didn't pass his guard or submit him.
Yeah.
That means you have to keep going. You keep going until pretty much Chris calls time. Or our coach calls time. So
because you didn't pass his guard, which means his guard was better than your offense.
Right. So then there was a point where we stood up because
I think he got you like against the cage or something.
Yeah, but then you have to kind of reset because so we reset and we were just at it again, and then we pretty much went till the time went. So because of that, I used a shitload of energy, dude. 'Cause I probably should have just let him sweep me or something like the first couple, just to get the feel of it, first couple minutes. But I used a lot of energy. So then after that, I was kind of like, damn, dude. Because now if we have to roll again, like standing up and everything, I was like, dude, I'm gonna be fucking gassed out. And that's what me and you forgot. Because you had a fucked up hand at the time.
Yeah. And then I had to roll with that dude too.
Yeah, you had to go against him, and then
straight one-handed.
Did you roll against the other guy? Cause I didn't get to go to the next corner. That was that other dude.
I rolled with him. And then when I was gonna go against him again, I think he took a break.
Oh yeah.
And then
I remember you.
That's when I went into the center.
Right. That was cool, man. But I was like, yeah, at least I didn't go in there and get submitted. And he was a blue belt, which is. And he was way bigger than me, and he didn't see me. But I'm sure he'll tap me if we go like 5 minutes, just whatever, right? But what was cool though is that you caught that one dude in the clean triangle when you were in the center, because this dude probably had like a cool 80 pounds on you maybe.
Yeah, I think
he's kind of buff, looky.
He's like a cop.
You know what? And he told me his name, and I could have sworn he used to work at. You know what I think he used to work at?
Where?
I think he used to work at Body Shots, which is a gym, like an old gym that me and Majid used to go to box, like when I was like 12 or something.
Yeah, I was like,
you were like
sophomore, I think.
Yeah, so, I could have sworn that's him, dude. I want to ask. I'm gonna ask him next time because he looked like him. Because everyone has like a fit, like kind of buff Asian dude, and it was the same name, and I was like, oh, I think that's him. I could have sworn it was there, or unless I seen him at another gym. I've seen him before though. I'm pretty sure, like, because I remember the name, and I remember the look.
I think he said he was a cop or something.
Right. Okay. Yeah, but back then I don't know. Who knows? Back then he was real young and.
Because I think when he first came, I think Chris was. Mm-hmm. When he was showing.
That's good though that he's doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he was showing like a one move. I think it might have been like a Kimura. Mm-hmm. Maybe an American. I think it was a Kimura. Uh-huh. And he was like, "Yeah, I think he was telling. I think his name is.
His name. I don't want to say his name, but
yeah,
because especially if he's a cop. And
yeah. So he was showing. He's like, yeah, I know, like you guys have like rules. Mm-hmm. So this is just to hold him in place. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think I heard he was like a cop.
Okay. Yeah. So was our homie Anthony. Did you ever roll with Anthony though?
Yeah, I think once. Yeah. But that was like when I like literally just started.
Yeah, because he kind of stopped at the time. He went back to he got went to the Navy. I think he's overseas right now. So when he stopped going, I think that's when you came.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
like I was there with like 1, maybe 2 classes when he was there.
No, yeah, that dude was a cop too, but he was legit, dude. He was a wrestler too. He's taken me down before, and he has a pretty good shot. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool, man. The homie. But yeah, so that was that for jiu-jitsu. I don't.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Hey, I was gonna ask you if you ever seen the show because I started this yesterday. Have you seen Dust Till Dawn, the TV series?
Not the TV series.
No?
No.
It's actually pretty good, dude. I'm on season 1. I've only seen like the first 4.
What is it on El Rey?
El Rey, yeah. It's on Netflix too. But yeah, El Rey. And it's I'm only in the first 4 episodes I've only watched. But I was kind of like, oh, okay, this is probably gonna be kind of, I was like, yeah. But it's good, dude. It's based. Okay, so we got some breaking news. Here's a video that just went out. The first video of U.S. military strike against Syria. Damn.
They're not playing around, bro.
Yeah. This is from the Pentagon.
Dude, this literally looks just like how Iraq started.
Yeah.
Where you see the missiles coming from the warships.
I remember that.
Like do you remember where you were when the missiles started launching?
Yeah. Well, I remember seeing that in my living room, like my old house, which was a few houses down.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I remember seeing that, and my dad being like, "Yup, here we go,"
Yeah.
And they were just showing everything.
Yeah, I think I was playing Camelot, Dark Age of Camelot.
Yeah. It's throwback Thursday.
Yeah, and then I was just like the TV was just on.
Mhm.
Because I would have the TV on in the background when I was playing.
Mhm.
I just remember like everybody's talking about like, dude, we're going to straight war right now.
Do you remember where you were at when the Twin Towers fell?
Yeah, I was.
Well, yeah, we were
sleeping.
here because this was I was getting ready for. Well, not right when it happened, like right after it happened. I was getting ready for school.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom would be like, look, like, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know, I was young. I was in elementary school back then. And then we went to school and
were you in elementary school?
Yeah, I was in elementary. That's 2001. So yeah, I was in elementary school. You're probably what, freshman or something?
Yeah. 2001, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember my mom putting it on the TV, and then I was like, holy shit. And then I didn't know how big of a deal it was gonna be because I was a kid. But it did seem crazy. But till I got to school and I seen like my teachers and the school kind of shut down a little bit, kind of like they weren't really teaching or lecturing, and they just had
the TV on.
Yeah, the TV on, watching all this, and some people were emotional, like some of the.
Yeah, like
it's kind of, and then we're over here on the West Coast, so it's not even like it was kind of near us, but it was still a big deal,
Yeah, like my dad woke me up to go to school, and he was like, planes hit the Twin Towers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like just waking up, so I'm like, oh, like some guy, R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
probably fell asleep at the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was thinking like a little private plane like that you see at like Kimball Airport.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, you know what? I think I was awake, and then the second one hit.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, like that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't think it was like terrorist attack didn't go in my mind.
Right. Yeah.
It was just like some accident.
You're kind of
like some guy accidentally ran into like one of the Twin Towers.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when like I think the second one hit, and I was like, oh, they're actually like a legit plane.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not one of these little.
And then they came down, and then that shit was crazy. And then there was all this speculation too, like the Tower 7.
Yeah. Then
all that stuff was a little suspect. I remember my teacher in high school was real adamant about that. Like, one of my teachers, my history teacher, he was telling us like that,
it was an inside job.
Yeah,
And this was like when
and
YouTube
it's really sketch too, dude. So you think about it, the whole way it went down.
Yeah, and this was when YouTube like first started, and like Loose Change was on YouTube, I think.
Mm-hmm. And then later on, like Fahrenheit 9/11 came out, and but yeah, that shit was crazy. So that's what this is kind of feels like. It's obviously it's not that because we didn't get it. I mean, it's not like we got attacked over here, and it's not like. But just seeing these missiles go over here kind of reminds me of all that.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it doesn't like end up.
Oh man. Yeah, and then I just don't like I'm telling you, I just don't like the attitude that's gonna, because I already know like I'm gonna see certain people that are gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be all that hatred and and all that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think like, bro, we like,
this is not, we don't need this right now.
Yeah, we already have a lot of problems going on right now. Mm-hmm. We don't need this problem happening as well.
Yeah. That shit's crazy. But back to what I was saying from Dusk Till Dawn though. That the TV show is pretty good, dude. You need to watch it. so far there's not really much of the vampires yet.
Okay, have you seen the movie?
Yeah, it follows the movie.
Okay, so
yeah, except they're adding a little bit in there. You know, it's not exactly the movie, but it starts off with the Gecko brothers. It starts off with the Gecko brothers is Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney.
Yeah.
So it's them too, but it's obviously like, you know, young like actors that are playing them, and it's the liquor store scene. Do you remember that? And it's kind of, and they have that family, you know, the Asian son.
Yeah, Julia Lewis.
Yeah, they're in there, and it's pretty much going to the T right now. But they haven't got to the
titty twister.
They haven't got to the titty twister, nor have they mentioned it. So,
but they're younger.
What do you mean? No. I'm saying like it's supposed to be them, like, but I'm saying they're obviously not gonna use them because they're old now. So they got these younger actors that are pretty much like their age. Well, they're like 30, and they're doing a good job because the dude's actually acting like following that character, like George Clooney's character, and then they got the crazy brother.
But I mean, if the movie already existed, why are they doing that again?
I think this is just the I think they're gonna take off with it. Like I'm pretty sure they're gonna get to the titty twister and all that stuff, probably like in this season. After that, they're just gonna like expand on it. So
because Quentin Tarantino dies.
Yeah, he'll probably die eventually. But I don't know. It won't be the same as that. Maybe they'll switch it up because they've already switched up one thing. They added something to it. So it's not exactly like it, but it is kind of based off that. But I know that there's 3 seasons now, so I'm pretty sure they leave the bar and like other shit happens. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, it's good, and it's kind of like the casting's kind of cool because, you know, in the movie you're like, oh, they're brothers, but they don't really look like brothers.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it is too. They got one dude who kind of looks Hispanic. I think he's in real life he is like the actor, and then they got the white dude.
Oh, okay, yeah. Remind me of that.
Uh-huh.
Something I've also seen something that that rubbed me the wrong way for a second.
Alright, it's probably somebody playing a role. Alright, I'll remind you. Let me just finish this up. And so far so good. It has the iconic kind of the what's his name, Richard Gecko gets shot through the hand. He has the whole duct tape and all that shit. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna finish that up. I'm pretty sure, and it's on El Rey if you guys haven't seen it, because Robert Rodriguez was kind of like, well, if I'm starting a new network, if I'm gonna start a new TV show that nobody's ever heard of on a network that nobody's ever heard of, then it's kind of like I don't think it's gonna do that well, you know. So, but if I have this new network that I launched, then you kind of have like a what do you call it, a familiar name, like, oh, From Dusk Till Dawn, if people are seeking it out, like, oh, what Dusk Till Dawn, what network's that? El Rey Network? Oh, okay, and then they'll go to it that way, you know. So he kind of wanted to have something that was already established, kind of turn it to TV show. Cool.
They were throwing The Faculty on El Rey a lot too, right?
And they have this month I think they're gonna have they're bringing in Pulp Fiction, and then so a lot of Tarantino movies coming on there too. I think Reservoir Dogs. I think I saw that on there, but yeah. And then you know what I like about that about the El Rey Network too is that they have the People Showcase where they have people submit their short films to them online, and then they'll pick out like the best ones and they'll do like a couple hour long showcase of just short films.
And they'll just show it on
independent filmmakers, and they'll show it on there. Like I was watching them last night, and then but this was the action edition. I think in October they had the horror edition, which was hosted by John Carpenter. And then
because I think like I was on like looking at El Rey, and it looked like a lot of action movies were happening.
It's a lot of action movies. Like they'll have like kung fu marathons and do all this shit, and then
I forgot what movie was on. It was like I think it was like a kung fu movie.
Yeah, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, maybe. But then they have all these other ones, of course, that I haven't even heard of. But yeah, it's a lot of action.
No, they had Jackie Chan, the Drunken Master.
Oh, okay.
That's what.
Yeah, I think I saw that on it too. Yeah, so
I think it was on today or something.
Yeah, I like that showcase segment though. This is cool. Gives like a lot of people, because he was also saying that too. He wants to give people a platform to get on TV, you know.
Yeah.
So, but what were you gonna say though? Are you kind of?
Oh.
I think I know where you're gonna go with this.
Okay, so I saw a trailer to a movie.
Uh-huh. Is another white dude playing an Asian dude or something?
No, it was The Promise.
The Promise. I don't think I've seen that.
It's about the Armenian genocide.
Oh yeah, I have seen that, and it has
Christian Bale in it.
Christian Bale.
At first, I was like, "Oh no, is Christian Bale playing Armenian?" Because bro,
I hope not.
Like I was like, oh, are they doing it
but
again?
Oscar Isaac is right.
Oscar Isaac is which he could pass.
Yeah,
because he has dark features.
Yeah, he kind of looks like that because he did good as far as in Apocalypse is Apocalypse is what, Egyptian or something.
Yeah.
So he did good in that though. Yeah, he could. But if you're doing Christian Bale, it's kind of a stretch, bro.
Yeah. So then I was like, all right, like, oh, I was like, I gotta look this up because I gotta see who Christian Bale plays in this movie. Right. I really hope it wasn't Armenian.
It wasn't an Armenian.
Yeah. Okay. And then so I looked it up, and it was like, no, he's playing like an American like photographer or something. Okay. I was like, straight relieved.
Yeah.
Because I mean.
We just had the Great Wall starring Matt Damon.
Yeah, how many times do when people play like Egyptians, they're like
they had that too, didn't they cut some flack for that too?
I think what Gods of Egypt,
Exodus, Gods and Kings had Christian Bale and what's the other dude?
Oh yeah,
Joel Edgerton or what's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the most Caucasian.
These two white dudes who are playing like these,
or. Like Gods of Egypt, I think. What's the name? Straight. What's that fool's name? Maximus, from Gladiator.
Russell Crowe? No.
Was it? No, not Russell. Wait.
Yeah.
No, Gerard Butler.
That's 300 though.
300, yeah.
Okay.
Was it him? One of those. I get those fools look exactly the same.
We'll look it up right now.
One of them played like.
I think it's gonna be
Gerard Butler?
No, it was Gerard Butler. Yeah, you're right, Gerard Butler. So he's an Egyptian dude, and he's like Australian, or something like that. Yeah,
it's like, dude, like, come on, like, try a little bit. He's like, don't. I'm not that stupid where I'm like, oh yeah, these white fools really pass off as Egyptians.
Yeah, it was Joel Edgerton and Christian Bale in Exodus, Gods and Kings, and he's Moses. What's his name? Christian Bale is Moses.
So I just thought,
and Ramses is Joel Edgerton.
Are you doing this again?
Yeah. You know what? What's his name? Paul Mooney. I remember he had a bit on that. Did you remember that? I think he was on the Chappelle Show, and then he was saying like, he's like, what is this? He's like, he's talking about that. And he's like, no. He's like, what's up with these white people coming and taking these roles? He's like, we had The Last Samurai starring Tom Cruise. We had Brad Pitt starring in The Mexican. He's like,
yeah.
He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I have my own idea. We're gonna have The Last Nigga on Earth starring Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Did you remember that?
Yeah.
That was hilarious. And then just recently too, we had The Great Wall with Matt Damon. I don't know if he's playing Asian dude, but
we had what's her name? From Doctor Strange. She played in like Constantine. What was her name? I forgot her name.
And she's in Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams?
No, she was like
Tilda Swinton?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's supposed to be like an Asian character.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
See, I don't know Doctor Strange. And this chick is British. So she's from the United Kingdom.
Yeah, and like straight blonde hair.
Yeah. Oh, so she's not blonde in Doctor Strange?
No, she's Asian.
Really? Like
yeah,
legit?
Like legit Asian.
Yes, that's some bullshit. Because
same with like
Asians are already underrepresented as it is, and now the little roles that
they could get, especially in like a Marvel movie like Doctor Strange,
they're gonna have somebody take that away. That's some bullshit.
Yeah,
that's some bullshit.
So yeah, she took over. I think what's her name? That one comedian, Margaret Cho. She had like a whole thing on her.
A whole bit on that. Yeah. Didn't Bobby Lee have something to say about that, or was he talking about animes or something?
Well, because Margaret Cho was on his podcast.
Oh, okay, so that's what you're talking.
And that's where like she caught like little flack for going in on Tilda Swinton.
Oh, I have to listen to it before I say anything. I haven't heard it, but I mean, dude, they have all the right to express like frustration.
Yeah.
Because that is some bullshit, you know.
Yeah, like imagine like
You know what? And that works always though, dude. Because sometimes it is a little crazy when you just switch up, even if you do it like the reverse way. Like if you like the Fantastic Four, if you bust out the homie and you make him black out of nowhere, like that's kind of weird too. You know what I mean? I think if you're gonna do like a black superhero or anything Hispanic or whatever, kind of just make a new one. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of weird when you pull a switcheroo like that, right?
Yeah. I mean, the only ones I like are like Miles Morales from Spider-Man.
Yeah, I remember you told me about him.
But I mean, he was.
But that was in the comic, right? That had a story to it, right? They didn't just
it wasn't like it wasn't like, oh, this is
Peter Parker.
He turned black. It wasn't like his name is Peter Parker. His name is
that's
Miles
right. It's like a new character. Yeah, I get that.
But I mean, he's Spider-Man technically.
That'll probably catch some flack though if you make a movie now, maybe.
Well, I think Childish Gambino wanted to play
Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that takes off. But yeah. So the promise, but hopefully it's good though. At least good thing is Christian Bale's not gonna bust out, an Armenian role.
Yeah, like when I saw that, I was like, oh, like I kind of laughed, like, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the Armenian genocide.
Yeah.
I mean, show a little respect.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you couldn't go to Glendale and pick anybody up off the streets.
Find some actors,
Like, I'm pretty sure.
I wonder if Oscar Isaac's gonna play an Armenian.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they have like some Iranian chick playing an Armenian.
And how do you?
Because I looked at like the cast, right. But there is like some Canadian.
So if Iranian, I can.
Yeah, at least you're kind of.
You're right there. You're not too far from there.
You're in the ballpark.
Oscar Isaac, that's as far as I'll go. Even though,
but I mean, I think like
But he could totally pull it off with the look.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can't. I'm not speaking on behalf of Armenians. If they're pissed, they have all the right to be. But.
Yeah, no, but I mean. Like if Oscar Isaac, like if you didn't know anything about him and he's like, oh yeah, I'm Armenian, be like, oh okay.
Yeah, that's
you wouldn't be like, no, no, you're not.
This is bullshit. Like you're not gonna convince me. Yeah.
But there's one chick that's in it is like Canadian or something, and she can't be passed off as nah.
I remember there was a thing. That back in, you remember Selena, right? The movie?
Yeah.
I remember J-Lo, I think, caught a little bit of heat for that too, because everybody's kind of like, well, she's Puerto Rican. Like, you can't, how's she going to play a Mexican American?
Yeah.
But, I mean, she did good enough and everybody loved it. So afterwards,
That kind of launched her career too, huh?
Yeah. And I think people liked her so much too because they wanted her to be like, they wanted her to be Selena. Like, yeah. They're like, they like missed her so much that she came and did this movie, and then everybody's like, oh fuck, that worked wonders for her. But yeah, I remember hearing about that.
But I mean, that one I feel, bro.
That one, and
she's
they're both Latinxes,
Yeah.
So that's cool. But if we were to slip in I don't know,
Norwegian straight.
Playing Selena, like Kate Hudson or something.
Like it's.
I'm gonna be like, what? But I don't know. I guess that's kind of the name of the game. So what's up? We gonna copy your tickets yet or what?
No, have you?
Nah, but I'm going to.
Yeah,
that for sure. What time did you want to take off, dude?
Well, let's get the tickets first, bro, because I'm not trying to spend the feds the tickets or the money for the tickets.
Yeah. And then also too that night is that UFC, some boxing on that night too. So probably when we get back, probably go catch that somewhere. But yeah, dude, I'm kind of.
But for sure, you're gonna get the.
Yeah, I am for sure. I already have it planned out. Like, hoping to leave around here by like 10 or 11 or something.
When does the doors open?
I don't know. We'll see. The cool thing about those type of conventions, like, you don't have to be there super early, or it's kind of like an all day kind of thing. We'll look it up, but we'll leave around noon. It's not that far either.
Yeah. Oh, I need to go to like
Amoeba or what?
and fries. I want to get like
some stuff for the GoPro.
The GoPro, and I need for the computer to get a hard drive because all the footage. Like I don't have that much space.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want to like put together like a little edit of like what happened.
Mm-hmm. And that reminds me of that I need to make we gotta make that Instagram. Yeah, I was lagging in on that, but yeah, we'll have to do that for sure. So we could already start putting like little clips of that.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be kind of to see like all that work being done like up close and personal.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty cool. You get like a more appreciation of how much goes into it. Well, and then you would know too, because you try to do a little bit of face paint. You knew how for Halloween. You knew how long that took.
Yeah,
and the work
and I did like straight
some basic skeleton
bullshit,
some skull, and you were like, dude, this shit is taking me forever.
Yeah, I texted you, right? I was like, dude, I think I made a mistake.
Yeah, you're like full straight mistake. I'm regretting it because I think you started getting ready early too. Get a jump.
Yeah, I was like, I give myself like a little hour, you know.
Yeah, you're like, and then luckily we were out all night, so. We ended up leaving late anyway.
I had no idea how like it would take that long.
That's the first time you did the whole thing?
Yeah.
Is that the first time you actually put it on, or did you mess with it before?
No, that was the first. Like I was like, let's just.
So you're like,
yeah. I was like, you just gonna waste materials.
So you just kind of just came up with this hour just in your head. Like,
yeah, I was
like,
an hour. Probably an hour.
Based off no.
Previous. Well, I just thought like, oh, I'll put it on. Like it's gonna take probably like 10 minutes to put on. Like I'll do all the white.
You do the white first. And then the black?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll just do all white, let it dry up, throw some little black here and there.
Yeah.
And then I'll be straight out the door.
We'll be at the bar. But
I started like putting it on, and then like my skin started showing. And then
So what took so long? You just had to keep reapplying it?
Well, because first of all, I had no idea how to do it. Did
you do like YouTube tutorial or something?
No, I just
did it yourself.
I was like, bro, it's paint. I just put it on my face. I put it on my face. So like I would like put it on, and like I'm like rubbing it, and then you just see finger marks.
Oh, okay.
Like of my skin, so I'm getting more, and I'm just putting it on, and it's just smearing everything all over. Then I was like, this is like. I was like, oh, let me get something to like kind of dab it, like just tap my face with like the paint. And then I did all white, and then I was like, okay, I'll let it dry for a little bit. And then when I started doing the black,
that's when you were kind of
like it was just going. It wasn't like sticking on at all. And then like it was like because I wanted to do kind of hard lines, so it looked nice and professional.
Yeah,
I didn't want it to be all straight jagged edges and all wavy, so I kept like trying to do hard lines, but it wouldn't like it would do a hard line of black, but then the white would straight come off, so it'd be like black, my skin, and then white.
Oh shit.
And so I was like, okay,
at that point, where is that when you
that's
were,
when I was like,
this is
I gotta actually do work, like where it's like, I need to figure out how am I gonna actually do this. So then I'm like trying to get like what are those Q-tips? I'm trying to like barely like color in the white where my skin was supposed where my skin is showing, and then it would just straight wipe off the black. So I just kept going back and forth, and then I was like
so next year you don't think you'll be doing that?
I don't know.
Probably not. Just get a mask, bro. Just get a mask.
Yeah, it was.
Dude. Is there anything? I mean, not next year. Well, pretty much this year.
Yeah.
Is there anything that are you even thinking that far ahead, like some stuff?
Well, I did at first, but then what I wanted to do is obviously was way too.
What, Pinhead?
I want to do Pinhead, and not mask. I wanted to like legitly do it,
which would look sick but you have to bring in a crew for that one, because that's something that you can't do it yourself in the bathroom,
Yeah, and then like it was like that was a goal, that was a dream.
Pinhead. I'm telling you, better off getting the mask when it comes to that, because that's gonna be.
Yeah, but I don't want to look all.
Nah, I know. So
I wanted to look legit.
You gotta switch it up. If you can do the face paint, the white, since you're skinny, you should do like Edward Scissorhands or something with crazy hair. Your hair's getting crazy as it is. You let it grow out, or you could just get a wig. Yeah, but that'd be kind of dope. Edward Scissorhands. I've seen that before, and I thought it looked pretty cool. the white face kind.
Yeah, but I would want the legit kind of.
Yeah, we have to get it. The legit costume.
Yeah, like the legit, like the latex kind of suit.
Yeah, because there's that I've seen two. There's like that bullshit one, and then there's a pretty good quality one, which I saw was like expensive. They were talking about like a couple $100 or something like that. So I was kind of like, oh,
I don't want that like straight fools just go in like with black shirt and black pants.
Yeah, no, right?
Yeah, they just have like some fake scissors on their hands and they're straight.
Yeah, no. Oh shit, because that year when I was you know, I have that Michael Myers one. I always have to bust it at least one of the days in October. But we went to Thoroughbred and I saw some dude with this stupid mask and he had like a hoodie on and shit. And I was like, what? And some jeans and shit, just with a mask. It's like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah. You gotta do it right. You can't just straight half-ass your Halloween costume.
Even sometimes the weapon, like I try to get the most realistic looking one.
Yeah, like the movie replica ones.
Yeah, those ones. Because if you get some phony ones, it's kind of like even when I was the Purge,
what about that one Michael Myers that had that?
When we saw him at the club.
Yeah.
He had some bullshit. His mask looked like shit, right?
Yeah, it was like all like
patchy, huh?
Patchy. The
hair looked like falling out.
Well, the seam in the back was all wide.
Yeah, that's why I always clip mine together. Because it looks way better, because it looks stupid when I like that. So I always kind of clip mine together so
it fit his head.
Yeah, it looks like some bullshit. I remember that.
And that he was like the Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie one, and that quality mask, that's the one that they sell every year. It looks like shit. And yeah, he was the Rob Zombie one. Which, if you're Rob Zombie, then you need to have the brown jumpsuit. You can't do the Rob Zombie mask with the blue.
And he was kind of skinny, and you gotta be little
thick.
Be a little thick to wear the Rob Zombie.
The Rob Zombie one, yeah, because that dude was just like
a monster.
Yeah, he was a monster. But nah, this. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say is when I had the Purge gun, I thought I was gonna get in trouble at work, low key, because it's it's kind of like an AR.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't get this little stupid one, so I went and got the biggest one I could get. It wasn't that big though, but it was like the biggest one out there. And then the orange tip, I spray painted that black. So I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna catch any flack at work, because they're kind of a little strict. But nah, everything was cool. Like they know me, just like. But I wanted the most realistic looking one. I can't show up with that.
I think that's illegal, right?
What, spray painting it the tip black? Probably. I'll probably get in trouble for it. And I'm stupid because I still have it in my car too. To this day, I'm still driving around with it. I haven't got pulled over.
Well, you're gonna.
I need to take that out.
Yeah.
And I have the gloves with the blood on them.
Yeah. Fools are gonna think like you're like kidnapping fools.
I'm about to hit a lick. I know. Because I just threw it in the back and I haven't taken it out since. Because I'm like, you forget about it.
Yeah, like when I was riding around with the machete.
Yeah, with the machete, yeah.
Yeah, with the machete and a mask.
Yeah. So I'm, right.
And it was like it's a legit machete too.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't like a prop. It wasn't a gun.
So I couldn't be like, just having fun.
Especially when
in these day and ages,
dude.
Yeah,
black or brown, you're in a hand, and I can't be like, it was just shooting a film. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it would have been a disaster.
Oh, okay, but yeah, dude. So
Monsterpalooza this weekend.
Yep, Saturday. We're gonna go on Saturday, so I don't know if anybody.
Yeah, and then we'll record another episode on Sunday.
The next day on Sunday, we'll recap everything. We'll throw some clips and all that.
Yeah,
I know we've been talking about it, but
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I wonder if it's gonna be like is it the same venue as Scarlet?
I don't know.
I think so. Well, it's Pasadena, so it might be. I haven't even looked up the address, but it's probably.
Where was? Was it Pasadena or is it Burbank?
Scarlet was Pasadena for sure, and then this is gonna be Pasadena.
Was Monsterpalooza Burbank last year?
I think so. Or that sounds. I think they
something was Burbank.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah. So if anything too, maybe since we're in Pasadena, we'll hit the Myers house and just throw that up there or something.
Yeah.
I want to hit up Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle in Pasadena too.
We'll hit up Gus as well.
That's where though. That's in Burbank.
Pasadena. It's in Pasadena, yeah.
Oh,
it's like literally down the street from the Myers house.
Oh really? Oh fuck it, we'll go there.
Get some ribs. They have like straight bomb ribs too.
Some ribs, bro. Before I might go vegan again, bro. So I need to get these ribs in before I go.
Why?
I might go vegan.
Saw see Blackfish or something and.
Nah, but I don't know though. I just been feeling like that, you know. But we'll get into that another day. That's just
vegan, bro.
I might go vegan again. Even though I was only vegan for a few months the first time around.
Did you go vegetarian then vegan or?
Nah, straight to vegan. Yeah, straight to vegan.
Bro, I remember trying to do vegetarian for like.
I think vegetarian to me would be easy. At this point.
Well,
compared to being vegan, because when you're vegan, you can't have no cheese, no sauce, and none of that stuff. No dairy.
This was like when you were living.
Church
on Haven.
Oh, okay, vegetarian.
Yeah. Why? I went for like a month or two or something like that.
Because you were dating somebody that.
No.
I
think I said I was gonna try it or whatever.
Okay. I might. You know what I might do? Sorry, go ahead.
But then I was like, got to the point, bro. I was just straight bored of all the food that I could have. Mm-hmm. I think your mom brought like a In-N-Out one day.
Mm-hmm. Is that when you broke? Oh, that sounds familiar.
No, I was like, oh no, I'm full or something.
Oh, okay. I don't know. That sounds familiar.
I forgot what we did, but your mom brought like In-N-Out, and I was like, oh no, I'm full. Mm-hmm. Really, I was straight starving, but I just didn't want to eat the straight meat. Mm-hmm. And I was like, bro, this is straight stupid. Mm-hmm. Like I'm denying myself straight pleasure.
Oh yeah. I pretty much cracked on my birthday because everybody took me out. Like we went to dinners everywhere, and then I didn't want to be rude, and then I was kind of like, you know what? Yeah, I'll just do it for today, you know. Because we went to Benihana's, and earlier that day I was at Lucille's, and you can't go to Lucille's and Benihana's, dude, as a vegan, you know. Yeah, I was like, just my birthday, I'll cheat. But then I think I tried to go back for like a couple of days, and I was nah, I already broke, bro. I had that
taste.
That taste, man. So I'll probably hit some ribs because I haven't had ribs in a while.
Yeah, and these are like.
Yeah, you gotta go to a rib spot. Last time I had some ribs, which were good, but it's not even a rib. It was at Dave & Buster's. But you want to go to like a rib joint, you know?
Yeah, and Gus's is like, is barbecue. Like it's a barbecue place.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll probably go before though. We'll probably just leave a little early. Cause I want to get back in time to watch these fights. Oh, we'll figure it out. Who cares?
Yeah.
But yeah, that wraps it up for today or what?
Yeah, that's
pretty much it. You know, we'll
I mean, hopefully we come back.
Hopefully we come back on Sunday. If we're not, the world hasn't fucking disintegrated.
We haven't been drafted into a new war.
I know, right? So we'll see you guys Sunday, hopefully, and we'll put up a new Instagram account, put up some clips, and
we should have got that done sooner.
We'll get it done.
So we could have at least told them about the Instagram account.
Yeah, we'll tell them on the next one.
All right,
because we know. And you're right, though. We do have a lot of listeners right now, bro.
Yeah.
For the few of you that are listening, we'll have the Instagram up this week. All right. So that wraps it up for this episode, and we'll see you guys on Sunday.
This is the HellFire Club. See you next time. See you next time. See you next time. See you next